as everybody pretty much knows, we lost Philip back in January. And I had known Randy for a long time, and we just, at the funeral home, we just, got to talking, and Randy told me, he said, look, man, he said, you and I are going to stay in touch. And I said, man, I'd really, really like that. And so in the months and time to follow, we did. We just kind of stayed in touch with each other. And then in one conversation, he asked me what we were doing, what Real Truth was doing.
Well, the easiest way is to go back to Philip's funeral. His passing just grabbed us all and got us all in ways that a lot of us didn't realize we could be gotten. But it brought all of those people together that had loved Phil so much around his memory, but also around his love for the Lord.
December 31st, Linwood came to a concert that we were at just before we were to go in the studio with this latest recording that we were working on. And Linwood came out on the bus, and that's when I had met him briefly before, but we wasn't at a concert. And so when he had seen our concert, he came on the bus and he was out there and he was talking about how great of a concert it was. And so we got to talking about what's his trade, what's he do for a living, and just kind of hit it off. And we began emailing each other, texting each other once in a while about how's business, how's it going, how's the family. And he's got a niece that's needing some prayers and thoughts. And long story short, if that can be possible, I assumed all this time that Linwood was a lead singer.
Well, I knew Philip for a long time. Philip and I were good friends. I met Philip when he was with Anchorman, and spent a lot of time with him. They were around a lot. I'd go see him, spend some time with him on the bus. Got to know Philip, loved Philip, thought the world of him. And
when Rick and I started talking at the funeral, we didn't really even say anything at first. When I first saw Rick at the funeral, I just went up to him. I think I kind of popped him on the shoulder, hugged his neck, and I said, "We're going to stay in touch, no matter what. From now on, we're going to stay in touch." And we really did. At that time, in my mind, I'm thinking, they really had a great thing. Real Truth had a great thing, and I just wonder what Rick and the guys may decide to do with that. You just never know when something like that happens.
The Nealon funeral happened here just recently, and Linwood had attended that funeral and decided to just give me a call on the way home from that because we hadn't talked much during the summer. Linwood called and said, "I've just been thinking about you guys. I was on the way home. How's it going?" And I said, "Well, yeah, to be honest with you, it's now going pretty good. We've got us a lead singer."
One day I happened to call Roger. I found out the guys were putting everything back together, and I was like, wow, this might be something I'd be interested in. And it's like the Lord just put everything together.
It was really strange. We just decided to send a message. I sent a message, Rick sent a message back. He said, "Hey man, I got something I want to run by you." And I got to thinking to myself, I think I know what he wants to run by me. I went and grabbed my wife. I grabbed Caroline and I said, "I think there may be something in the works here."
After meeting Rick and getting to know him a little bit better, I knew that he was like-minded and that it is a business, has to be run as a business, but also we are for reaching people for Jesus. So that's when I got super excited.
I think Randy Crawford's going to fill the spot. Rick and he, in fact, I think they talked yesterday, and Rick just shared this with me this morning. He said, "That's awesome, man." He said, "Well, just let me know if I can help you out." And I'm like, "Well, but we already got a lead singer, dude. Okay?" And he was like, "Well, I'm not a lead singer. I'm a tenor singer." I said, "No way." I said, "Hold on a minute." I immediately called Rick, said, "I found us a tenor singer. You just found us a lead singer. Called the lead singer. Lead singer knows the tenor singer that we didn't know the lead singer and the tenor singer knew each other, much less had sang together. All right.
With that.
Well, I met with Rick for lunch. I met him at the concert New Year's Eve. Then we met a month ago. I met with Rick a month ago. Sat down and had lunch. Great conversation. Everything just seemed to fit together. Talked to Roger. It's easy to talk to him. Everything aligns up. The vision that we have on where we want this to go and how we want to do it, everything just lines up. Of course, I've known Randy for a long time too. I actually was a bus driver for Brian Free Insurance. That's where I met Randy, and traveled with Randy for a long time. So it's like Rick and Roger are new friends. Randy's an old friend, and it's just like it just fell together. It just came together.
Another part of the equation is Linwood, Randy, Roger, and myself were all just dear friends of Philip's. And it is so cool just the way this has worked out. I mean, it's really cool.
This is going to be good. I feel God. I feel the Holy Spirit. I truly do. This is going to be good.